Welcome to the Right Lane with Kelvin Lane. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for week 8 of this spectacular college football season. And I'd like to just start out by saying I'm a little wounded right now, but one thing for sure, two things for certain. My Mighty Gators, we will be back. As you can see, my best fits, my orange and blue attire. And as always, roll Gators. Now we'd like to get into our week 7 recap. Run down last week's games. First on the list, we'd like to get into the History Channel's Miami Hurricane University. Miami defeated Virginia by the score of 17-9. Virginia had been heralded all season as a near lock to come away with the division crown, but Miami quarterback N'Kosi Perry stepped back into the starting role in replacement of the injured Jaron Williams. Perry was 16 of 27 passing with 1 touchdown and no interceptions, and he scored the game-sealing touchdown with 3 yards out with 2:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Star running back DJ Dallas turned in a solid performance in the victory, racking up 63 yards on 13 carries on the ground. I want to give a big round of applause for the Miami Hurricanes. I'm so happy that they won to bring the record up to 500, to 3-3. Great job, Hurricanes. Now we're going to get into SEC action. South Carolina defeated Georgia by the score of 20-17 in double overtime. South Carolina was down to its third-string quarterback after losing starter Ryan Helsinki to an injury in the third quarter, but the Gamecocks survived and pulled off one of the most stunning upsets of the season, taking down number 3 Georgia in double overtime. Now we're going to move into Big 12 action with, actually this is who I have number 1 on my Heisman list right now, Jalen Hurts, leading the Oklahoma Sooners in a victory over Texas Longhorns by the score of 34-27. Hurts wore the golden cap well on Saturday afternoon. Hurts set an OU quarterback record with a game-high 131 yards rushing, including a game-clinching 3-yard touchdown run. He added 235 yards on 16 of 28 passing, highlighted by 3 TD passes to CeeDee Lamb. Now, before the game, there was a lot of talk from Texas defensive backs. You know, early this year they claimed that they were DBU, and now they were saying that, you know, this was going to be the most physical rivalry that Jalen Hurts ever played in, and he just replied, you know, he played in the Iron Bowl, he played in the SEC, he played in the best conference in the nation. So I guess that kind of keep him sucking eggs. When asked at the end of the game about which rivalry was better, Jalen Hurts, he took the high road and basically said to each his own. But you know, he said that he's the only quarterback that can claim victory in the Red River rivalry game and also the Iron Bowl rivalry game. So my hat goes off to Jalen Hurts. Great game. Made the SEC proud. Moving into the Temple and Memphis game. Temple upset Memphis by the score of 30-28 in a very close ball game. Game that I picked. I figured that Temple would upset Memphis. Temple is a giant killer. Temple Owls. They came through. It made me look good on my pick. Now we're going back into SEC action. Alabama Crimson Tide defeated Texas A&M Aggies by the score of 47-28. The Tide were led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who completed 21 of 34 passes for 293 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Wide receiver Devontae Smith hauled in 7 receptions for 99 yards and 1 touchdown, while running back Najee Harris led the ground attack with 114 yards on 20 carries. Now we got to get into my mighty Gators. Roll Gators. Still proud of my Gators. The Florida Gators took the first loss of the season versus the LSU Tigers. But the fallout of the 42-28 defeat at the hands of LSU Tigers has included a lot of optimism, and not without reason. LSU put together a terrific game plan and awesome execution. Here's a rundown of some of LSU's stat line. 42 points on 10 drives, spanning 21 minutes, 41 seconds of play clock. 511 yards on 48 plays, tied for the ninth fewest run against Florida since 1980, for a staggering 10.6 yards per play. Defense laid down. Ooh, we laid down. And I just like to say, Roll Gators. Great game. Now, moving into the Clemson FSU game. Clemson defeated FSU by the score of 45-14. A piss. Dabo Swinney greeted reporters following Wednesday night's practice leading up to this week's game against Florida State. The Tigers played like a team that was angry in a dominant 45-14 victory over the Seminoles on Saturday afternoon. Clemson completely controlled the game from the opening snap, jumping out to a 28-0 first half lead and cruising to its 21st consecutive victory. The win also marked Clemson's fifth straight win over FSU in what has become a lopsided series as of late. The Tigers have outscored Florida State 104-24 the past 2 years. Wow. For that game, I was trying to find bets, and I was actually giving up 30 points. Nobody would take it. But then the day of the game, I actually found a young man that said he only wanted 10. So I said, you only want 10? I'm going to give you 10. What needs to say, I was winning about 6 minutes into the game. Hey, got an old saying, you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for that. When the deal is done, yeehaw. What Seminoles. But in all actuality, just to tell the truth, Florida's gonna beat FSU worse than what Clemson did, because Florida's not gonna take their foot off the brake. Well, off the gas, actually. We're not gonna put our foot on the brake. Roll Gators. Now to another blowout. Up to the Big Ten, Wisconsin defeated Michigan State by the score of 38-0. The Badgers were led by running back Jonathan Taylor, who rushed for 2 touchdowns and 80 yards on 26 attempts. The tale of the tape for the Spartans: they got beaten down, smothered, embarrassed, and exposed in a 38-0 loss. And it confirmed what we saw just a week ago against Ohio State. Michigan State is trash. Mark D'Antonio, you need to go. You and all your staff. Don't let the door hit you. With a good Lord split you. Roll Gators. Now we're going to move back into the SEC, where Missouri defeated Ole Miss by the score of 38-27. Missouri was led to victory behind Clemson transfer quarterback Kelly Bryant's monster day. Bryant finished the day 23 of 35 for 329 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT. With the win, Missouri actually is in the driver's seat of the SEC East. I hate that. Missouri's a thorn in the old Gator side, but we got something for them this year. Now moving to our last game of our recap. The Oregon Ducks blew out Colorado Buffaloes by the score of 45-3. The Ducks were led to victory by quarterback Justin Herbert's 18 of 32 passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Man, I thought that Colorado had a chance, but as you can see, They got blew out the sky. Got beat by 42 points. You got to regroup. Try to come back this week. Now we're going to move into our right lane player of the week. Got to give it up for LSU defensive back Grant Delpit. Whoa, he was a monster. Like I said, he totally changed the game with the hit that he put on Van Jefferson. I wish Grant Delpit would have came to Florida. He came out of IMG Academy. I don't know. It's a football factory that's right here in the state of Florida. I don't understand why he wouldn't want to leave the state of Florida. So Grant Delpit, if you hear this, please transfer back to Florida. And for my Gators, we would love to take you any day. But you had a great game. I hate that you had to beat my Gators down like that. But I take my imaginary cap off to you. I like to say roll Gators. Now we like to get into our Facebook comments from last week. First off is Michael McMillan. I like that new theme song. If you haven't heard the theme song, it's very great. Go Gators! Just to give y'all a little taste. But you always hear that song from now on. And our next comment is LC King. He said, I need one of those shirts. Well, I'm glad that you said that, Mr. LC King. Because we're actually giving away, we're picking random winners every week for free t-shirts. We just ask that you comment, like, and share, and get a chance to get a free t-shirt.
Do the Gator chump.
Oh yeah, do the Gator chump. You know, we're actually looking for a new mascot. Somebody to be Albert.
Yeah.
Chief Osceola said he wanted to be Albert.
I think Master Square said he wanted to be a Gator fan. So yeah, we might get him to do it.
You know, because there's a lot of FSU fans converting to the Mighty Mighty Gators because we are the best team in the state of Florida.
God, if you listen, help!
First off, we got to start with none other than Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State. After getting beat down 38-0, I think that everybody knows that he's about on his way out the door. Our next coach that we like to get into on the coach's hot seat is the one and only Lovie Smith from Illinois.
I thought he was still.
Say what?
I thought he was in the NFL. I didn't know that for real. God.
Lovie, you were doing a terrible job in Illinois. You know what's crazy? You got fired in Chicago.
And stayed in the state.
You stayed in the state. Now you're going to get fired in Champaign.
Yeah, he should have just moved away.
Man, I tell you. Lovie, you know, nobody going to pay no money to come see that trash. And now, our last coach on the coach's hot seat is none other than Steve Adazio. See, that's why we didn't hire you in Florida when Urban Meyer retired. Roll Gators. Albert the Alligator.
First and 15.
Now it's time to get into Daddy's Games of the Week. As always, these games are brought to you by Daddy Pre-Workout. And one thing, please do not bother Daddy while Daddy trying to watch the game. The only thing you need to do is bring Daddy something to prop his feet up on, take his shoes off, give him a pillow, and bring him something neat. In our first game, we got the dreadful Florida State Seminoles versus Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I think I'm gonna go with the Demon Deacons on this game here.
I know they're gonna think I'm hating, but I'm gonna go with Wake Forest because Wake Forest has a history of playing Florida State pretty tough.
Oh yeah.
And they playing in North Carolina, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Wake Forest 28-17. 28-17.
2017.
Yeah, and Florida State may score a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but I think Wake Forest gonna probably put the game away early. And Florida State probably be swapping quarterbacks in and out.
Yeah, I go with that because and I remember one year when that Wake Forest beat Florida State and that last year at homecoming like 33-0, something like that. I know they beat them one year. They beat them 33-0, something like that. But yeah, I got to roll with those Demon Deacons too. Next game is Michigan Wolverines at Penn State Nittany Lions, and that game will be at 6:30 p.m. on ABC. And I'm gonna have to roll with Penn State.
I'm gonna go with Penn State too because they've been playing pretty good and they're at home. So I mean, they're not the same Penn State as like 2 or 3 years ago. So
And I actually think that Penn State's coach Franklin is better than Harbaugh.
Of course, James Franklin. Yes, I forgot about him.
Yeah. And he actually ex-Gator.
21-7 Penn State, and Harbaugh will be back on the hot seat again next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Now, next game we'd like to get into is Kentucky at Georgia at 5 p.m. on ESPN and also watch ESPN. I'm gonna run with Georgia. I got to run with Georgia. I mean, I think it'll be a close game though. I think it'll be a very close game because Kentucky is competitive, and even though Georgia's coming off that loss, I think they want to come back and avenge that loss. But I'm gonna say score 27-21.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be kind of close too, because I think Georgia, since it's almost like a fighting when they get knocked down for the first time, and after that they ain't the same no more. So I think Kentucky they may give Georgia a little bit more fight than what South Carolina actually gave them in the regulation before. They had to keep going double overtime and keeping field goals and missing field goals, because really South Carolina never should have went into overtime with Georgia last week. And I think Jake Fromm, though, I think if they played him the same way, yeah, I think so.
But the difference, what I think in the game will be, I think that they're going to take the ball out of Jake Fromm's hand and just run it. Next game we'd like to get into is Baylor at Oklahoma State, and that game will be on at 3 p.m. on Fox and also Fox Sports Go. I'm going to take Oklahoma State on the upset of Baylor.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State too, because, in that conference, it's all about momentum, because nobody plays defense anyway, so let's get that straight. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma State, probably 42-35. I think they both going to probably be running up and down the field on each other the whole day until somebody get tired or either make a fumble, interception, something like that. But I think it'll be kind of competitive as far as offensive. Defensive, it'll be much of a stop.
Now we're gonna move into the LSU at Mississippi State game, and that's televised at 2:30 p.m. on CBS. SEC on CBS Video. I gotta roll with the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with LSU too, but I think it'll probably be a lot closer game than what everybody else anticipating, because I think with LSU, with them coming off that win against Florida last week, and a lot of them beat up too. I think Mississippi State probably, give them all they want for probably about like 2 or 3 quarters, and the depth chart will kick in like it usually do in the SEC, and they'll probably win. I'll give them 28, probably 28-14, something like that.
Now we're gonna move into my mighty Gators. Florida plays at South Carolina. Man, they got us at 11 a.m. Those games, we don't play good at noon though.
Yeah, I know.
God.
That's the Bible Belt state, so they got to go in and get the game out the way to set up church the next day.
You ain't lying. Everything shut down. Everything shut down at 7 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah, so.
Man.
Somebody got to pay for last week, though.
So what?
This will be all right.
This game will be on ESPN and also watch ESPN. And I'm predicting a beat down of South Carolina. We're going to beat them down 42-17.
I I would agree with that. Plus, we owe Will Muschamp anyway.
Yeah.
Even though he never beat us, we still got to just for what he did, our recruiting and just our league play the last 2 years, 3 years.
Look at my face. I'm mad. Because you know what, Will? I think you took that the job to sabotage us. Because, you know, since Spurrier got there, we've never lost to Florida 3 years in a row. I mean, Georgia 3 years in a row.
Another thing, too, South Carolina done played their best. Did you see them last week after the game? They
was gas.
No, they actually partied in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
They passed out cigars, players smoking cigars, and they just
doing the hokey pokey and all that old mess.
They had a great time in the locker room after the game, so that's their championship.
That was their bowl game.
So exactly.
Now we're gonna kick your head in and bring you back down to earth.
And put you in fourth place in SEC.
Yeah.
In SECs.
Put you in the club. Our next game is Marshall at Florida Atlantic at 5:30 p.m. on CBS Sports Network and CBSSN Live. I'm gonna roll with old Lane Kiffin with Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, I forgot he was down there at Florida Atlantic. I'm gonna roll with Florida Atlantic too. I think it'll probably be boring, really. But I forgot Lane Kiffin was down there at Florida Atlantic. He been staying out of trouble this year. So,
well, one thing about Lane, he can knock some offensive plays. And they actually lead their conference.
Actually, I wish, really, I love what Dan Mullen doing at Florida.
If he was our offensive coordinator,
yeah, Dan Mullen need to go ahead and just move to the side and just coach, let somebody call the plays.
Because with the Gators, we can pay you what you making as a head coach down there. Come on down there. We Gatorade Nation. The whole world drink our cup of energy. Now we're gonna move into the Arizona State at Utah game at 5 p.m. on the Pac-12 network. Pac-12 Live. That don't even sound right. I'm gonna roll with Arizona State. Herm Edwards.
I give them 28-7. Arizona State.
Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna go 28-24. I think it'll be a pretty close game.
They're a little defense out there.
Yeah, Utah. They kind of remind me of like Wisconsin or the West.
Yeah.
They're pretty hard nosed. Give them that. Now we're moving to the Oregon at Washington game. That game will be at 2:30 p.m. on ABC and also watch ESPN. I'm gonna roll with Washington on the upset.
What they playing?
Playing at Washington.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Washington that, and Oregon beat who was that last week they beat?
Oregon beat
I can't think of his name. The team they beat last week.
Let's see. Oregon beat Colorado. They blew them out 45-3.
Yeah. Well, I give Oregon a close game, but I think in Washington kind of tough.
Yeah,
they tough at home.
Tough out there.
They tough at home.
It's real tough out there.
I'm gonna give that game to Washington probably. I'll say 48, not 48, but 42-35 again.
Okay.
I know that's like one of my recurring, scores, but a lot of them games they don't play no defense.
No, they don't play no defense.
So
there's only one conference that plays defense, and that's the mighty SEC. The Roll Gators. And our last game off of Daddy's games to watch is number 3 Clemson at Louisville. This game is at 11 a.m. on ABC and also watch ESPN. You know who I'm going with in this game here.
They're gonna beat Louisville pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Clemson by a whole bunch of points to a whole little nothing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say 63-10. Yeah,
I take that too. Yeah, 63-10. Now we'd like to get into our local right lane player of the week, and it's Maurice Strong Jr. from South Alabama Jaguars. And his stats, his big boy, 6 foot, 285 pounds, defensive tackle. We'd like to wish Maurice much success in his redshirt freshman year, and just keep representing Broward County to the fullest and keep making us proud. Thank you all. And until next week, stay in the right lane with Kelvin Lane.
I'm a fire in my laser.